are Manchester United scouting ahead of 2025, including Robinson, Tyler Diblins, Gittins, and more. We're going to break down every player that's been linked to United and that we're reportedly looking at ahead of the January window. But why are rivals reportedly jealous of United not only signing Yoro, but Newcastle and Liverpool reportedly fearful that they're going to miss out on a key target in January because of the Manchester United pull. And Ashworth wanted to bring a player to Newcastle, big Newcastle target Tyler Dibling, now maybe looking to steal him from Newcastle, bring him to United. Real Madrid still obsessed with Yoro and probably still want to sign Yoro. More nonsense stories on Rashford because people are going on and on about the fact that he was dropped, and proof that Manchester United, despite the result, are progressing. Hello and welcome back to Alice Talks Football, and welcome back to another Manchester United news show. Please do go ahead and hit that like button, and of course subscribe down below if you're new, as it really helps support the channel as we're on that final road to 100,000 subscribers. But I did a summary of players that have been linked to United that reportedly are being watched or scouted by United, and players that have been linked to us in the last month. 3 of these names I've just been told personally that United are looking at, and we haven't actually been properly linked to them in terms of the mainstream media, but the majority of these players on this list we have been linked to. Now, the 3 that I've been told United are looking at that I don't think we've been linked to is the Salzburg defender Beidou, Diao, the winger of obviously Real Betis, and Loco, the left back. Now, we've not really been linked to them, but that's just reports behind the scenes. All the other names we've been linked to, like Arda Güler, don't think it's going to happen, but you never know with, how many superstars Real Madrid have. Does he get the minutes? Probably will be fine. I really like the look of Gittins. I like the look at Dibling. I like the look at a lot of players. Naipan's most likely in January. Eze's one, potentially the Bruno replacement, because we will talk about potential Bruno replacements. So is Xavi Simons, because they can play on the wing and also play in the middle. So let's talk about Ashworth. Let's talk about this Newcastle, Liverpool, Manchester United situation going on. It was said Manchester United scouts were in attendance to watch Tyler Dibling, 18, against Ipswich as he scored the opener. Ashworth wanted the one-time Chelsea prospect at Newcastle too. He could find himself in a battle with his old employers for the England under-19 international, Newcastle keeping close tabs on themselves. We've been linked to Tyler Dibling a lot over the last week or so. He cooked Manchester United. Well, he didn't. They lost 3-0, but he cooked the low in the first half last week. He was really good versus Ipswich, saw in a goal this week, and I'm really annoyed because I was tossing up between him and Bergvall was my 4.5 million midfielder as just bench depth in FPL. And I kind of wish I'd gone with him now because I didn't realise how many minutes he was going to get. But he looked really good versus Ipswich, scored a goal. But I think when it comes to carries and take-ons that are creating chances, his numbers are absolutely insane for Southampton. He's really making things happen. So let's talk about Dibling. Let's talk about Robinson. Let's talk about what I've seen come out earlier today. I do apologise if there was just some background noise there, but Manchester United leading the race for Dibling and Robinson signings amid Premier League rival concerns. Manchester United have emerged as frontrunners in the pursuit of Southampton's Tyler Diblings and Fulham's Anthony Robinson, despite mounting interest from Liverpool and Newcastle United. The club's renewed pull under the ambitious Ineos-backed project is believed to be a key factor in drawing top talent to Old Trafford. United's ability to attract rising stars was already evident this summer when they secured a deal for rising star Yoro, beating competition from European giants Real Madrid. Behind the scenes, there's growing concern among Premier League rivals that United are finally getting their act together, positioning themselves as a serious force once again in the transfer market, and rivals are said to be secretly jealous of United landing Yoro. Now, I think the fact that, there were so many reports coming out that are making out that Yoro cost this much and Yoro has been given this amount of wages, which was complete lies, and then Everton coming out with reports saying how have we, spent this much on Yoro when we could have had Branthwaite, and that Branthwaite is so much better because he played for England. He didn't play in the Euro, so did he? Did he get taken? No. You could see that teams were annoyed. I think Everton were jealous that we didn't cave and give them what they wanted for Branthwaite so they could spend more money and sort themselves out this relegation mess. I think, teams were jealous. Liverpool wanted Yoro and they couldn't get him. He said he only wanted Real Madrid and United came in. We know that United offered him the exact same amount of money as Real Madrid, but Real Madrid have tried to spread stories that we've offered him more money than he's on. He's on 115 grand a week, but apparently, according to reports, he's on 150 grand a week. He's not. And I think there is definitely elements of jealousy there. Now, apparently United are leading the race for Dibling and Robinson, who Newcastle and Liverpool are looking at, and there's apparently fear among those clubs that United could use the new Ineos pool to get Robinson, to get Dibbling. There's fears among those clubs that United will beat them to those players potentially in January. United do have funds in January, although Liverpool and Newcastle are going to have way more funds than us in January because they basically didn't have a summer. But it is said behind the scenes there's growing concern that Premier League rivals, that United are getting their act together. And I think that's likely true. I think if you look at our transfer window, we've got Agate, we've got Xerxes, we've got De Ligt, we've got Mazraoui, we've got Yoro. That's a really good transfer window. De Ligt and Mazraoui have been unbelievable so far. Xerxes is just the glue right now. Agate looks exactly like what we need. And Lenny Yoro, we beat Real Madrid to, and we know his ceiling. That's 5 really good signings. Last year, we brought in Anana, who everyone was a bit concerned about, who didn't start well. We brought in Højlund, but we massively overspent on him, and he's young and raw and didn't score for 14 goals. And we brought Mount, that everyone was sort of questioning, do we really need him? And he didn't get going because he got injured. But this season's signings have already done more than last season's signings last year. And I think Højlund will be a good signer because of the future and all of that. And Anana could be a good signing. Mount could be a good signing. I'm not saying they're bad signings. But I already just feel this summer, I'm so much more convinced than last summer and the summer before. With Anthony and Casemiro, all that money spent on them, I'm so much more convinced about this summer. And I think rivals have seen that United are actually doing good business in summer. They sold Greenwood. They sold McTominay. They got rid of Sancho. They're getting rid of players. They're buying players. I think people saw that Man United were actually operating properly in the transfer window, and it definitely changed things up. So what has been said on Robinson? Anthony Robinson's on the United short list for left-back position. Liverpool are interested. Liverpool and United are ready to battle each other for the 35 million rated left-back Anthony Robinson. So United are ready to battle Newcastle for Dibbling and Liverpool for Anthony Robinson. I think Liverpool might go for Aït-Nouri though, someone a little bit younger. Because we have Harry Amas and we still have Luke Shaw that is good, even though he's injury prone. I wouldn't be surprised if we went for Robinson and Liverpool went for someone a little bit younger. And there's been a lot of talk about Bruno. Is Bruno the problem? Bruno isn't the problem at United. Bruno had a bad game. Bruno should have gone off instead of Xerxes. But just Bruno has one bad game and people start saying Bruno's the problem. We're never going to be a good team with Bruno Fernandes in the team. It's nonsense. Let's stop this old Bruno has a bad game. He's clearly the problem. Xerxes should have been on the pitch and not Bruno Fernandes. No doubt in my mind. But I still think Bruno's a great player. I still think we're going to get another full season out of Bruno this season and next season. And then I think in summer 2026, we need to look to replace Bruno. Now, my first choice would be Cole Palmer, but because of Chelsea and the long contract he's on, I don't see it happening. My second choice would be Musiala, but he's running down his contract, which means he's probably going to be for sale this summer. And unless we have a really good season and sort ourselves out, I think he could go Real Madrid or Manchester City. Unless hopefully City get relegated, we sort ourselves out, we look good. Maybe he comes to United. Eze is a decent option, but I'm not convinced of Eze. I think he's a little bit inconsistent. And Xavi Simons is also a good option. I like Eze, Xavi Simons, Musiala and Palmer because they can also play on the wing as well as number 10, which does give us versatility there. Let me know down below who you'd replace Bruno with. Obviously, Florian Wirtz is another shout. But are Madrid upset with Yoro? Real Madrid are upset with George Mendes over Man United's capture of Lenny Yoro from Los Lille this summer. United sensationally signed the 18-year-old wonder kid against the odds. According to AS, the big point of difference was the salary. United gave him a net salary of 145k a week, which is apparently abnormal for an 18-year-old. That cleared any option of him going to Madrid. But it was said by OneFootball, it should be said that this claim of Yoro being on a €9 million salary a year is not backed up by the records. The records say that Lenny Yoro is on 115k a week at United, which is less than Victor Lindelof and would put him as Real Madrid's 18th highest salary earner, which meaning he would be on less. Okay, so my camera just cut out there. Great. Don't know where I was at, but basically Real Madrid would have paid 115 grand a week for Yoro. Man United were willing to pay 115 grand a week for Yoro. Let's be honest, Real Madrid wanted to get him on the cheap. They weren't willing to pay up for Lenny Yoro. And Man United did. And Lenny Yoro said, you know what, United are showing more ambition for me. They clearly want me more. Real Madrid want me to run down my contract, which isn't fair on Lille. I'm going to go to United. That's the end of that. Chris Wheeler, who does write a lot of reports against Rashford, clearly isn't a Rashford fan, said the relationship between Ten Hag and Rashford has been strained at times. Rashford feels one of the main reasons for his alarming drop in goal output is Ten Hag's decision to play him deeper on the left flank to protect his defence. I do think Rashford isn't a touchline winger and he's not a deeper type winger. He's more of a wide forward, which I can get elements of, but I think he's just stirring the pot here because Fabrizio Romano says Rashford was part of rotation because United have 3 super important players plus Anthony, but in terms of important starters, they have Diallo, Garnacho and Rashford. Rashford started on Tuesday and the idea of staff was to change against Crystal Palace, no problem at all. It's clear that Rashford was dropped just as a simple rotation. When Pep drops a player, when Arteta drops a player, no one makes a big deal. It's Pep rotation, or it's Arteta tactical genius. I get that Rashford was never dropped, but I think he's realised that he's got 3 good wingers, and that if he manages minutes, he gets the best out of them, and it does a good job. Manchester United also ranked first for interceptions per match and third for tackles per match, which is showing, one, I think the press is improving because we're intercepting the ball higher up, and two, I think, tackles per match is, one, showing that there is quite a lot of work to do out of possession, and we do need to improve out of possession, but it is showing that United are being more successful in duels, and I do think we've improved defensively. 3 clean sheets in a row. We're not in the top 5 teams for shots conceded. When they were showing how many shots West Ham was conceded, they put 5 other teams below them. There wasn't Man United there, and I do think we look good on the ball, but it's just about consistency. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you for watching. Bye.